Well, hello and welcome to Unprompted. I'm here today with none other than Lauren Goerz, who is at Rasa now, but it's been a long journey to get there. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what your background is, and then we'll hop into a nice conversation about conversational AI at the enterprise.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. I've been in the conversational AI space for a couple of years, almost a decade now. And I think maybe what's interesting about my background up until now is I've gone from implementation to product. So for a long time, I worked side by side with conversational AI teams in a bunch of different roles. Been an analyst, been a bot builder, tester, designer, PM, loads of different, let's say, job roles within the conversational AI team. And then at a certain point, I actually switched into the product direction. And that's where I am today. Today, I work at Rasa. I'm a technical marketing engineer, which I think in some ways is a little bit of a mix between a product evangelist and kind of a product marketer. So I do a lot of work with product teams to try and help our product team get insights from the broader market. And of course, also help our customers learn how to use our product. So that's where I am today, doing a lot of learning enablement, and that's kind of my goal, is to help spread the word about Rasa and what we're working on.
That's really cool. So you've had all these different roles, and now you're helping build the product that you wish existed and that you understand so well from all those different angles. And then I guess you've got like this very unique, broad perspective on these things. So what is something that you feel is true about conversational AI that just very few people understand, that you say day in, day out, for you it's a given, but people somehow don't get it?
I think one of the things that I've noticed recently, especially in the last 2 years or so, is there tends to be a lot of folks that tend to think there's only one way to build a conversational interface. And I think from my perspective, one of the things that I keep trying to bring across to everyone that I talk with about conversational AI is that there's actually loads of different ways to build conversational interfaces, especially today, now more than ever. And I think that's the exciting bit is, rather than maybe thinking about, hey, why this way is better than that way, thinking about how individual conversational AI teams can use all of the different tools together in different ways for their specific use case. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily a groundbreaking novel idea, but nonetheless, it's more of a mindset I'm noticing around in the market that I wish we could change a little bit and think about how we can use different tools to make conversational interfaces better.
Yes, it's almost like the difference between when people talk about it, you're talking about an interface, or you're trying to solve a problem for a customer through an interface, but somehow people talk about the technologies, but actually there's different technologies that you can plug into that interface to make it happen. And there is confusion about that, I guess.
Yeah, the end result is much more important than the type of technology you use behind it. And of course, I mean, maybe that's contradictory coming from someone that works in product, but nonetheless, I still think it's an important thing to get across that there are lots of different ways you can make things talk.
Yeah, and okay, so then if you look at you've seen it through different life cycles, different stages, different perspectives, like what technically, organizationally, what are some foundational things that just need to be there to build something well, and to build something well means to continuously improve it. So what are some of the things that are just a given that just need to be there technically, organizationally, whatever comes to mind?
Maybe I'll start high level. So organizationally, some of the things that I've seen, again, this isn't rocket science, but I think it's one of the things that a lot of teams miss is alignment with the folks that hold the wallet in conversational AI projects. So the people that are giving the budget. And I think that's something I've seen in a lot of teams, is that the person who holds the budget for conversational AI projects are often not deeply involved in the project. That's not always the case. Sometimes they are deeply involved, but oftentimes they're not. And I've seen a lot of really good teams have their budget removed or kind of get closed out, even though they're delivering excellent results, serving, thousands of customers, simply because there wasn't enough communication back up the ladder saying, hey, we're doing good things here. We need even more money to do more good things. And so I think that goes back into this like organizational, and it's probably one of the topics we'll talk about today that I'm very passionate about is, setting yourself up to prove value back to the organization within the conversational AI project. And so I think that's something I feel really passionate about from like a organizational perspective. Technologically, I think for me, as like if I were to go back into a PM role today, I would really want to make sure that I had a good understanding of my options. So to go back to that original point about being able to use different tools for different use cases, there's now a whole array of different tools you can use to deliver conversational experiences, and knowing about each of them is going to be important so that you can make the right decision about what's right for your use case. So that was high level broad, but I think that's where I would start. It's like, make sure that the people who you're in good communication with the people that own your budget and showing them how much value you bring, even more than you think you need to. And then on the other side, make sure you actually have a really good understanding of all your options, because I think, there's lots of different things that teams aren't looking at because they just don't simply know that they're there, or they feel intimidating or otherwise.
Yeah.